for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good, guys? Ben Fire here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite way to stop some of the best runs in Madden 21. These will include Power O's, popular stretch, alert, bubbles. I'm also going to show you guys some ways to defend the pass out of it in case you're going in, say, run formation. That is also good in the passing game. But yeah, overall, we're going to take some concepts I've showed before and just expand on them, get a little bit deeper into them. So we're going to be running the nickel 3-3-5 wide formation, my favorite formation in the game right now. You can quickly adjust your zone drops to curl flats 20 and flats 5, but other than that, we are good. I do recommend leaving auto flip on because people will run short side stretches, whatever. It's just better to keep it on, in my opinion. So I'm going to leave that on. Now again, 3-3-5 wide, I'm going to be in the 4-6 defensive playbook. If you want to, you can go ahead audible from 3-3-5 down to 3-3-5 wide, get those safety to outside linebacker. I'm not going to do that in this video, but that's certainly an option. For our run D, we're going to obviously have our user right here in the middle. We got Jamal Adams, and then you can get some nice outside linebackers if that's what you want to go with. Bobby Wagner is going to be a beast over here on the right. He has that out my way ability that you'll see in action today. But yeah, overall, that's pretty much it. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 14,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit that sub button if you're enjoying the content and like what you see. You want to see some more stuff. It's the best way to show support to the channel and me. So go ahead, hit that sub button down below. But back to the video, we're going to be in the Mike Blitz 3. Probably the best pass and run defense in the game. I'm going to give you guys another run defense setup out of it. I think I've done a couple of these in the past, but overall none are going to be as good besides this one. So we're going to run Mike Blitz 3. Again, we have auto flip on, so we don't have to worry about it. Now the first run I'm going to go over is going to be the I-form close Power O. So Power O, you see just me running it. I average 8.5 yards per carry running this run. Shows you how dominant it is. I'm going to be running it to the strong side and the weak side, which is what a lot of people do. I'll show you how good the run defense is against both of those. Then later in the video, we'll move into the I-form slot, which is starting to become a really good run. A lot of people are beginning to run the dive and the stretch combo, but we're mainly focused on the outside run today. We're going to start out with the Power O. Obviously, this defense is strong against things like halfback stretch as well, but again, mainly we're going to talk about the Power O. Just know that the setup is successful against other runs. So starting out, what you're going to do is you're just going to press base. The next thing we're going to do is shift our line to the strong side. Now it's kind of tricky with a run like this where people will flip the run to that left side because you don't necessarily want to shift your line. The run defense I found still does work like this, so we're completely fine shifting to that strong side, but just know sometimes certain situations that if it were like a stretch running to that weak side, it could be a little bit of trouble. But in this case, I-form close, we're in a good spot. So I'm going to shift to the right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch my linebackers, get those guys in a little bit. That's going to bring that slot cornerback down just an extra step. Definitely something we like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and slant inside. So again, slant inside. We already have all of our linebackers automatically blitzing. And then with that slot corner, you can like shade over the top. If I know he's going to run the ball, if I know, this is a 100% a run play, I can also blitz this slot cornerback. But we're just going to start out with running to the strong side, running to this right-hand side with the Power O. Now with your user, something I like to do is put him on a spy instead of a blitz. Because sometimes when you put him on a blitz, and I'm like covered a little bit close here, he's going to auto blitz and kind of engage the line. But when you put him on a spy, you have 100% control. I can easily run back, and I don't get like kind of jammed into going down and then going back up. So I'm going to leave him on the spy, or rather put him on a spy, and overall we're in a good position. So I'm just going to go ahead and snap the ball, loop around, and look at that. Jamal Adams getting there. You see Bobby Wagner also got there. That was because of his ability, but overall I wanted you guys to take a look at Jamal Adams coming through right there. So I'm going to head into the instant replay. Overall, just take a look at what he's doing here. Very simple. Again, you're just going to kind of stand here. You don't have to hover. You don't have to engage anything. Just kind of stand in a normal spot. He's going to kind of run over. We're going to kind of loop over a little bit strategically. You see, I'm not going super fast. You don't want to immediately hit that gap. You kind of want to chill, wait a little bit. And then you see the right guard, or the left guard rather, he's going to run completely over to that edge, and we're going to easily be able to get that hit stick animation. Even if Bobby Wagner didn't get the shed, you see how he's kind of already running to the right, and he wouldn't have enough agility to even get back in there. So the shed helps out, but it's not really what made the play. Our user was what made the play. Obviously, that out my way ability is very, very dominant. You see, it just instant sheds 2 people. So if you could, I do recommend those abilities against heavy runners. But you see, we were able to get there ourselves. Again, the setup is press. You're going to shift your D-line to the strong side, which is the right. Slant inside, pinch those linebackers, and spy your user. That's all you have to do. Again, you can shade over the top so you don't get burned, just as a base coverage. But yeah, kind of stand here with your user, and we will go ahead and snap the ball. You see I'm going to kind of delay, and boom. So even though he picked up 1, maybe 2 yards there, I guaranteed that I made the tackle, and if that pulling guard does pick me up, it's going to be a big gain. So it's important with my user that I'm the one that makes the tackle ultimately, because you see, if I get picked up by that left guard, even if this guy doesn't shed, more times than not, this slot cornerback's not going to be able to loop around, and this player will just cut inside and have a big hole width up the middle. But overall, you see I'm able to make that play again, and even you see how far back I am. The left guard isn't going to be able to pick me up again with no shed. You see how before Wagner even contacts him, he's still running to that outside completely. And boom, I just kind of read the hole. I can either cut through here or here. I read where the running back goes, and I make the play based upon that. The slot cornerback does a little bit of help as well. But overall, I'll show it one more time against the strong side, then we'll go and flip the run, and then later we'll hop into, again, that I-form slot. So press, shift line to the right, slant inside, pinch linebackers, and spy your user. Again, I'm going to stand here, and this takes a little bit of practice. I do recommend going and try this out yourself. A lot of these gap shooting defenses, you do want to go and practice yourself. But again, I'm going to kind of delay. This time he cuts it back. I'm able to click off my user, and he's still able to make that tackle. And again, 3 yards will take it. 2 yards will take it. The idea is to hit him in the backfield, but sometimes you won't be able to do that every single time, and that's fine. Let's say they flip their run, which is, again, what a lot of people are going to do. So you're obviously not going to know if they flip their run. There's not any animation, so I'm just going to be under the impression that he's running it to the same side. Set up my run defense the exact same way. Still stand in this gap. Now, this one's going to be a lot more difficult, and sometimes you won't get it. But for the most part, I believe you can get this pressure. And right there, you see we weren't able to. But what we did is we forced him to cut back inside by taking that right guard on the pole, and our slot cornerback was actually able to run over and make a play. So if your user isn't the one that makes the play, the slot cornerback is still there, usually on the cutback, which is really nice. So again, that was poor usering. I think I was a little bit early on my loop or whatever, but we were still able to make the play ultimately. But again, I'm going to shift to that strong side, slant inside, stand here with my user, put him on a spy, flip my run here, and boom. So I'm going to kind of hesitate, and there I didn't make the play. So for whatever reason, we're not making the play right now. That's okay. Anyways, we're going to continue to go until we get it. I think I just messed up a couple of adjustments on those. I might have not been pinching my linebackers, whatever the case is. And I think what I was doing a little bit wrong was that I wasn't going as quickly as I had been. So I'm just going to flip my run. Let's take a look. Make sure we're going the correct direction. Yes, we are. And then I'm just going to go ahead, snap the ball, and boom, right there. So that's the animation that I was getting earlier. That's the animation that I got now. And that's the correct thing you got to do. So when they flip it, you got to go faster. When they run to the strong side, you take a little bit of a slower approach. That was my bad. I confused them a little bit, but right there, we were able to get it good. Again, same run defense setup, stand here, spy your user, but when they flip it, you got to go faster, and that's my fault. I did confuse those. Right there, again, terrible, or a little bit of a bad angle. I didn't really have the leverage, so I couldn't necessarily get inside. There was a little bit too much congestion, but you still see it's not a huge run gain. And even when they are breaking it a little bit free, or whatever you would want to call that, they're not picking up, 20 yards or 10 yards even at a time. And I'm not spying my safeties, so we're still in a decent spot if you ask me. Again, I'm going to snap the ball, loop around here, and boom, Jamal Adams makes the play. Our slot cornerback comes again on that cutback. So you see we're able to have success. I'll show it one more time, then we'll hop into the other runs. But yeah, boom, 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 shift, slant, and pinch those linebackers, press straight over the top, spy your user, stand over here, you're going to flip the run, and we're going to snap the ball. And this time I did get picked up, but you see even KJ Wright was able to make a play, so it's important that you don't get obviously engaged with the lineman, but even when you do, you still can't have success by your other guys. But with that being said, let's hop into the I-form slot now. Now, out of the I-form slot, I'm also just going to go over like a basic pass animate or pass defense also in case they were passing out of like an I-form. But we'll talk about the run defense, show it a couple times, then we'll go over those adjustments. Here we're going to be running the stretch RPO. Again, I'm going to run the exact same run D I'm going to press. We don't have the slot cornerback over on that side anymore, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult on your user, but overall you should get more space in a stretch rather than a power O. There's obviously no pulling guard, so it gives you a little bit more options. So again, shift, slant, pinch linebackers, and spy your user press straight over the top. Pretty simple if you ask me. We're going to stand again kind of over here, and we're just going to snap the ball. Boom. You see right there. Now with this RPO, I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to do it because he was kind of, you obviously saw the running back wasn't moving. That's because I'm user controlling it. So, but you did see the run defense was there. I might not show this one as much, but you saw it was kind of there. We'll snap the ball again. And there we go. So now we got the handoff animation that we wanted. You see how I'm able to shoot that gap. Obviously, Wagner made the tackle before he even able to get there, but again, the run defense does work very well against stretch runs. Works against that I-form close stretch as well. Again, here, just setting it up, snap the ball, and boom. So obviously, if he cuts it back inside him right there, he's continued to go to that outside, which is allowing Wagner to get the tackle because of his ability. Even if he wasn't there, I would just take the outside or inside angle. This is, again, a simulation where I would want to go a little bit slower, see where the running back's going to cut, click off, let the computer do everything for me. But yeah, I'll show this one more time. Again, this was mainly power O defense, but again, just show it a little bit that it works, against the stretch run. We'll go right here. Boom, you see I'm able to cut through there and make the play. So pretty simple. You see how big of a hole we have on that right side inside the gap. So that's usually where you want to run through. Even if they are taking the outside angle, I can still run through and make the play, which is what I did. Let's talk about a little bit of the pass defense, though. I'm just going to set things up quickly. Again, same kind of idea. What I would do if I knew they were passing the ball is I would just go ahead, throw both these guys in hard flats. Now, your run defense isn't going to be as good, but you're not going to get passed on the outside. Even if they do run the stretch, look at that. We were still able to shoot the gap pretty well, even with Bobby Wagner doing absolutely nothing. Obviously, even if he just holds his engaged there, we're able to shoot the gap. So I'll show that again here. Just taking a look at what we have. We're going to press it over the top. Then we can slant inside, X in a hard flat, A in a hard flat, spire user. Still have 3-bit blitzing the lineman. We're going to snap the ball, and boom. So that time, again, that was a terrible user. Usually you want to cut outside. Now, Bobby Wagner, you see he's doing less and less when we don't put him on that blitz. So that's a little bit important, but usually you can tell no one will really ever pass out of the I-form slot unless they're throwing the RPO, so that's not too big of a concern. And usually you can tell when people are heavy runners versus passers, but yeah, that's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for more content, and yeah, peace. I'm out of here.